Hello, and today I'm going to show you some techniques that I've used to create my map, poster, and logo. Okay, so firstly we go to File, New. This dialog box has opened up. In this box you're able to choose the dimensions of your canvas. This is very important because if you weren't able to choose it, then for example if you used to create images and input all your graphics, and when it came to the stage where you had to print your image, it would come out inaccurate and it could come out scattered and not how you would want it to be. So Photoshop is a great software as you're able to select the exact dimension size. So here I'm going to choose the general A4 size, which is 21 by 29. The RGB color stands for red, green, blue. Red, green, blue make up all the colors and as a mixture, and the 8-bit represents the millions of colors. Before, in the olden times, people were only limited to a few hundred colors, but now with that we have millions of colors, we are able to make images look more realistic and more precise to how we would want it to be. Okay, so you select OK. There you have your canvas. Next we need to go select an image from Google. I'm going to choose a sporty image because it relates to my coursework. So this one looks fairly simple to demonstrate. So you simply copy and press Ctrl V and paste it into the canvas. Okay, now you have the image. If you go to the right hand side and hide the background by clicking on the eye, you get the just the image. So we don't want the background and we just want the shape of the man. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the fourth tool down, right click and select magic wand. We'll select in the background area. As you can see, it has showed you the parameters around the background which I'm about to delete. So if you click delete, it'll go. We do this for all bits of the background. Okay. Now we just have the image. If we press Ctrl D, it will deselect. Now we just have the image. Now, if we click the magic wand tool again and click on the background again, it will select just the background. However, because the background's already deleted, if we right click and select inverse, it will select just the individual man. And as you can see, if I click on background again, you can see the parameters of the man. If we go down to gradient tool, right click and click on paint bucket, select your color, which is black to go with the house style, and we select OK. It will make the man completely black. Another tool I'm about to show you is eraser tool. If we right click and increase the diameter, it'll delete stuff covering a larger portion, so we don't really want this anymore. Okay, now we just have the individual picture of the man. Then I'm going to show you and demonstrate to you how to use the brush tool. The brush tool is a great tool. It allows you to amend the picture to how you want it to be. You are allowed to amend the picture from colors to the exact pinpoint of pixel. This is great as it allows you to make the image as perfect and realistic as possible. So as you can see, just get the paintbrush and paint in the direction to create the knee. Okay, as you can see, there's a slight fade around here. We don't want this, so we're going to go back to the eraser tool, right click, make the diameter smaller and just delete that. Okay, if we scroll up a bit, you can see that the image edges look fairly rigid. So if we go down where it shows the water drop, or known as the blur tool, and select smudge tool, you can smudge the image which would make it look much more smoother, and when it comes to printing, it look much better and more clearer, and not so pixelated.
Wicked.
So, see, already you can see it looks better than as it was before, all robotic and pixelated. Okay, now that's another tool and technique I used. Okay, if we zoom out, now you can see the image looks much more smoother and more appealing. Okay, however, this image still looks pretty boring by itself. So if we add another image, so I'm going to choose a boxing bag just to keep with the theme. If we select on the boxing bag, okay, this one's not showing up at the moment, so if we just select another one, that should work hopefully. Okay, if we just copy this image, press Ctrl V, hide the other two layers that we don't need. If we go back to Magic Wand, same process as before, deleting the background. Okay, I just want one boxing bag, so I'll delete this one. Okay, now we just have the boxing bag. If I bring the other layers back. Okay, the boxing bag looks very boring and simple. It has no motion, so I'm going to give it a bit of movement effect. So what I'm going to do is, if we click Edit, Transform, and Warp. The Warp tool allows you to distort the image, so you're able to create things like motions, and to make things as if they're moving, or depending on what your target user or how you want the image to be. So, as you can see, if I just amend that slightly, this bit looks a bit too small, so I'll make it, enlarging it a bit more. Apply the image, and here you have the image as if it was kicked by the man. So if we just slightly make it a bit more shaped. Okay. Now both images looks more figurative. So both images still look pretty plain. So we can also add some text. So if we click the T tool, select right, for example, M Sport, which I have called my company. If we highlight it, then go up to the top, it allows us to choose a variety of different fonts. I recommend choosing one depending on your target audience. So here we can change the size of the image. We can make it sharper. Okay. Already the image looks much more better. These are the techniques I've used. I've used the eraser tool, the brush tool, the warp tool, the magic wand, and the fill tool. Okay, now we come to the end of the video. If I click File, Save As, then if I go to my computer and just save it into my folder, so ICT. Okay, then if we go to, if I just leave it as untitled, and if we leave the form, as you can see the format is PSD, PSD is very inefficient as the file's too big. So if we click format and click JPEG, JPEG is a better format file as the image drop down dramatically in kilobytes. So for example in PSD it would be approximately 500, and by clicking on JPEG it'll be around 50. This is more efficient, so if you used to put it on, for example, a website, it'll take much less time to upload, and it saves storage space. So if we click save and OK, there you have saved your image. Thank you for listening, and I hope you understood the tutorial.